Once upon a time there was a young girl named Zoe who lived in a small village at the edge of a deep, dark forest. One sunny afternoon, Zoe decided to pick some berries for a pie. Humming to herself, she skipped merrily into the woods with her basket swinging by her side. Deeper and deeper into the forest Zoe went, unaware that she was being watched. For this was no ordinary forest, it was a magical place full of fairies, elves and other creatures. As Zoe stooped to pick some juicy red berries, she heard a strange sound behind her. Turning around quickly, she gasped as a tiny winged fairy flew right in front of her face. "Oh my!" Zoe exclaimed. "A real-life fairy." The little fairy fluttered her shimmering wings and spoke in a voice that sounded like tinkling bells. "Welcome to our forest, Zoe. I'm Violet, keeper of the woods." Zoe's eyes went wide. "You know my name?" she asked in astonishment. Violet laughed. "Of course. We fairies know everything about this forest." Zoe was amazed. She peppered Violet with questions about the magical forest and its fairy inhabitants. But after chatting for a while, Zoe realized the sun was starting to set. "Oh no! It's getting late. I should head home before it gets dark," she told the fairy. "Going home could be tricky," Violet said with a frown. "The forest can be like a maze to those who don't know the paths." Zoe felt a prickle of unease. She hadn't been paying attention to where she was walking earlier. What if she couldn't find her way back? Seeing Zoe's worried face, Violet reassured her, "Don't worry, I'll guide you out." Zoe breathed a sigh of relief. With a friendly fairy by her side, finding her way home would be easy. Violet flitted along, lighting the way with her glowing aura. But soon Zoe noticed they seemed to be going in circles, passing the same tree and rocks again and again. Stopping short, Zoe turned to Violet. "Are you sure this is the way out?" she asked nervously. Violet frowned. "Oh dear, the path seemed to have shifted. That happens sometimes here." Zoe's heart sank into her shoes. They were well and truly lost. Violet wrung her hands apologetically. "I'm so sorry, I've only made you more lost. But don't be scared, we'll figure a way out." Zoe tried to stay calm, but it was getting darker and colder. Strange animal sounds echoed around them. Violet suddenly perked up. "I know. We'll ask the Elf King for help. His magic can guide us home." Hopeful again, Zoe followed Violet deeper into the shadowy forest. Before long, they arrived at a ring of enormous, ancient trees with a clearing at the center. Violet announced, "Here we are, the Elf King's grove." Zoe looked around in awe at the towering trees. Fireflies flickered like fairies. Violet called out, "Your Majesty! We need your assistance." With a blast of wind, a portal opened in one of the trees. Out stepped an elf with shimmering robes and a crown of branches and berries. "Welcome, travelers," he proclaimed grandly. "I am King Oberon, ruler of this forest. What do you seek?" Violet curtsied and quickly explained Zoe's predicament. The king nodded solemnly. "Worry not, young human. My magic will set you right." King Oberon raised his arms, and orbs of light swirled around them. Zoe gasped as everything disappeared in a flash. When she opened her eyes, she found herself at the edge of the forest just as dusk fell. "I'm home," she cried joyfully. She turned to thank the king and Violet, but they were nowhere to be seen. Had it all been a dream? No, there in her basket were berries and flowers she'd collected. With a smile, Zoe hurried home under the twilight sky. She couldn't wait to return to the enchanted woods to visit her new fairy and elf friends. Her forest adventure would make quite an amazing story to share.